Hey guys, how you doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So today we're going to have a look at this article about businesses that are wanting to move out of China now because of just because of the situation that's going on. So we're just going to read through it here. So the virus is expediting iPhone makers' plans to move beyond China. Decisions by companies such as Wistron, Hunhai, Eventec and Pegatron could reshape tech supply chains. Wistron, one of Apple's manufacturing partners, said this week half its capacity could reside outside of China within a year. The declaration underscored how the Asian assemblers that keep the world supplied with iPhones and other gadgets are shifting into a higher gear after the virus showed the folly of staking everything on one country. So yeah, I think this is an important point. You shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. I mean, everybody knows that. That's a pretty common saying, especially when that basket is the totalitarian, crazy regime that is the CCP. So the move in taking production out of China has been underway since the trade war began with Washington and Beijing reached its zenith last year. Now coronavirus is expediting that. We did have the trade war going on anyway. Trump did say from the very beginning on his campaign trail he wanted to bring manufacturing back to America. I mean, he's not done the best job of it so far, but it just seemed like the virus could be helping with that. Not just because of the virus itself, but just the reaction of the Chinese ruling parties to it has obviously just made people wonder just about what they're doing there. Decisions by companies such as Wistron and other Apple partners such as Hunhai, Precision, Eventec and Pegatron could reshape tech chain supplies. Taipei listed Wistron is targeting India, where it's already making some iPhones, along with Vietnam and Mexico, setting aside $1 billion to fund an expansion this year and next. A lot of manufacturing has already moved out of, not a lot of manufacturing, but some manufacturing has moved out of China because China isn't the cheapest labour cost now. It's quite a lot higher than some other areas, such as I think Vietnam are a lot cheaper, and then parts of Pakistan and India. We understand that a lot of messages from our customers that they believe this is something we have to do, says Chairman Simon Lin. They are happy and appreciate we can continue to make such a move, and they will continue to work with us. iPhone assembler Pegatron is also diversifying manufacturing sites. Chief Executive Loi Sai-yang said the company hopes to start manufacturing operations in Vietnam, in 2021 after setting up a new plant in Indonesia last year, and it is further looking into India as a location for new facilities. I promise you guys, I hadn't read through this before, but yeah, Vietnam is a low cost labour place, and it places in India and Pakistan, and obviously Indonesia too. Apple's main assembly partners for AirPods, Eventec, said it is preparing to establish a unit in Vietnam. More than any other assembler, Hunhai encapsulates how the coronavirus brought the world's number 2 economy to a standstill. Better known as Foxconn, it augurs a potential shift in the global production paradigm that has governed the electronics industry for more than 3 decades. The company has also facilities in India, where it began churning out iPhones last year, and Vietnam. Trade, the virus, all these things will make the world a very different place over the next decade, says Alex Yang, the company's investors relations chief. It is unlikely that China will fully give up its place as the world's electronic workshop anytime soon. That's because it's difficult to replicate the intricate network of suppliers, competent workers, efficient distribution systems and large home market that the country offers. Large-scale relocation of manufacturing capabilities would also take time. Apple chief exec Tim Cook said in late February that the company was not looking into making any quick moves out of China in light of virus-related supply chain interruptions. We are talking about adjusting some knobs, not some sort of wholesale fundamental change, he said. But this view may change in light of the fast-moving pace of basically what the view of China and what the CCP have done. There are other manufacturers and factories and companies in China that are indigenous Chinese based companies that are wanting to move out of China anyway, just because of how they perceive things there as well. So this is definitely a trend that I think is going to take place. But yeah, like they did highlight though, the actual domestic market in China is extremely large. So I mean, companies with that basically have basically an obligation to maximize shareholder value, are going to have to think twice about upsetting China and then being frozen out of their domestic market, especially Apple. But like I have seen reports that the general Chinese population are trying to shun Apple products, but you do wonder how much of that is actually what they actually want, and because I don't see that a lot of the regular Chinese people are going to be too happy generally with the CCP, even if they don't openly basically admit that, because it's quite dangerous to do so. But anyway, so thanks for listening, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I'll speak to you guys soon.